Hi everyone, I am Anjali from Magna, and we are starting this webinar right now. So welcome to today's webinar hosted by Magna Infotech Career Services. MICS is a learning platform aimed at bridging the gap between one's expertise and growing industry expectations. So our prime objective is to provide IT skills training to professionals across various technology domains, aligning them to the skills that are most sought by organizations today, while also preparing them for future industry trends. So in today's webinar, we will cover a range of topics around, cloud computing, including the different cloud services and deployment models, the best cloud services providers in the market and their features, along with the short demo by the end of this session. More and more companies are moving into cloud computing with an aim to reduce the cost of managing and maintaining IT systems. So while also ensuring scalability, business continuity, collaboration efficiency, and flexibility in working conditions by enabling easy access to data from anywhere. Now, undoubtedly, cloud computing is one of the most sought after skills to master as it comes to be an end, and will continue to be a fundamental element in every organization's IT infrastructure. So before we begin, let me introduce the instructor for today's session. His name is Mr. Gurpreet Singh. He is an expert in the field of AWS and has about 17 years of industry experience with 7+ years of experience as a trainer. So thank you, Gurpreet. And right now, I'll hand over this call and webinar to you. Right now, shortly you will receive a feedback survey. Please share your insight on today's session, everyone, and it will be a great help to shape your future events we conduct such as this. We will also send you a link to the recording of this event so that you may share it with your social network and revisit in future.
Right. Thank you so much, Anjali. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, completely.
All right. Very nice. Thank you. Welcome, everyone, and thank you very much for giving Magna Infotech an opportunity to host this webinar for you and share some of the insight on the cloud computing world, especially on the Amazon cloud side. All right. So let's get started. As Anjali has shared about me, my name is Gurpreet Singh, and I'm a cloud solution architect, and have been in part of this industry for almost 2 decades and engaged in the cloud technologies from more than 8 years. Primarily in the cloud area, I do work on the solutioning side, operations, as well as the development, and I do hold the certification in all these areas. Okay, so what do we have here for you for today? So as we are going to be going along, and if you have any questions, so feel free to type that in the chat box. Okay, so Anjali is going to be collating those questions here for us, and we are going to be going and taking those questions toward the end of the session. Okay, hope you are all set to enjoy this session. Okay, so we are going to be going and starting with the very first topic here about the cloud computing basics, in which we are going to be going and discussing that what exactly the cloud computing buzz is all about. Okay, and what to expect in the cloud computing market. So why everyone is talking about the cloud computing, what are the advantages we do have, and how learning cloud skill is going to be helping you. Does not matter which industry you're going to be going and working. So cloud is something which is impacting all the different domains in these days. So let's get started with the cloud computing basics. We are going to be going and sharing you that how was the life before cloud, that how we used to build the environment, how we used to work with the help of the data centers, and what kind of problems we do have in that way. Okay, so in the old days, let's say if you want to create a website for your organization, okay, you want to set up a online business model, you want to set up an online website for your organization. So the very first thing you need is you need a servers, and you actually need a many servers, because you cannot just depend on one single server to provide the services to your customers, because you need to take care of that how many number of customers are gonna be going to consume that service. You also need to ensure that your website is always up and running. That means you cannot depend on one single server. You need to have multiple servers running. So that is where you're going to be going and buying a number of servers to host your website. So that is going to be the very first step. And now whenever you're going to be going and planning for buying those servers, that how many servers do you need, okay, what the size of the servers are going to be, it is going to be dependent on that how many clients are going to be consuming, how many customers you're going to be expecting in the next 6 months to 1 year. Now if you have more people consuming your services, that is good, right? So that is very nice. But you also need to take care of something called monitoring and maintaining those hundred of servers, right? So now you have planned, let's say, your website for maybe 100,000 users, but your business was doing very well and you are actually got maybe 300,000 users. Now scaling your environment is going to be really tedious in this case, because you planned for 100,000 users, but you got 5 times of what you were expecting, which is good for the business, but not good for the infrastructure, not good for the data center you have created, built for your website, for your services. So that is going to be contributing to the disadvantages you do have for managing the your own data centers, right? So the first thing is the setup cost is going to be very expensive. Whenever you're going to be going and buying those servers, there is a capital expenditure involved. That means you need to actually make all the payment upfront and then buy all those servers so that those servers can provide services for your website. Now when you're going to be going and buying those servers, you need a place to keep those servers, right? You need to build your buildings, you need to build your data centers, and that is really very difficult and very expensive as well, right? There's a lot of cost involved in that. And on top of it, whenever you buy any kind of a hardware, let's say I bought a one server today, so pretty soon it is going to be going and getting outdated. That means after a couple of years, I actually need to upgrade that server. I need to replace that server because that server is out of date, right? So that is again a kind of an expensive affair to purchase a server, to host that server, to keep it updated, to keep it maintained, right? So second is when you're going to be going and running these servers, it is again going to be expensive and very time consuming process, because you need to make sure that all the hardware is up and running. There is no fault in the hardware at the server in the data centers. You have the uh, networking equipment running over there. You have the air conditioning. You have the power supplies. So you need to take care of all that stuff. That means everything stays in green. So your servers stays up and running. Your clients can consume that. So the third point is going to be, as the traffic is going to vary, right? So if you're expecting users to join and consume these services online, the number of users may increase maybe during the festival season, during the sales time. So you have a New Year sale, you have a Christmas sale, right? You do have a lot of different events happening throughout the year. So the inflow of the users and the traffic is going to depend on that how many users are going to be going and consuming it, and the traffic is not constant. It keep on changing. Okay. So all these are kind of challenges. These are kind of a disadvantages using the on-premise data center, using our own set of servers. Now, to overcome all these challenges, right? To overcome all these challenges, so cloud is going to be going and providing this solution. As you have a lot of data, so where do you want to keep that, and how you're going to be going and managing the space, and how you're going to be going and managing the cost of it as well. Okay, that is where the cloud is going to come and rescue you from all these challenges. What does that mean? That means cloud is going to be helping you provide a pool of resources which you will be able to go and consume on demand. So means cloud is going to be a huge space, huge repository online which you can go and consume on demand. So if you need a 2 servers today, means you can just simply pay for 2 servers and start consuming it without any kind of a delay. Okay, without any kind of a delay. So uh, if you need a specific services, like if you want to use some specific servers, some operating systems, some applications, some databases, all that is gonna be coming from pool to you, and you can actually go and consume that on demand. Okay, you can also do an automation around it. So means uh, you can orchestrate how your environment gonna look like, and in the case of there are going to be more demand for your resources, how automatically more servers are going to be added in your portfolio. All that is going to be kind of an advantages where the cloud computing is going to be helping you. That means with the help of the cloud computing, you can request for storage on demand, servers on demand, and the applications on demand. Okay, so you don't have to manage the servers, you don't have to purchase the servers, you don't have to maintain those servers. You are only gonna be consuming those services. Okay, your job is gonna be go request for a service and consume it. You can actually compare that with the these days you're gonna be using the taxis, right? You use Ola, Uber, all those taxi services. So what those taxi companies they do? They have a pool of taxis, and whenever you need to use a taxi, you can just request one of the taxi from the pool. Once you're done using it, you return that taxi back to the pool so that someone else can use it, right? So means you are not gonna own that taxi, you're not gonna buy that car, you don't have a maintenance cost associated with it, you don't have to pay anything, driver salaries and other stuff. All that is gonna be maintained by the vendor. Same is true here in the case of the cloud computing. Okay, means all the resources, data centers, servers, services are being managed by the vendor. You only consume those services whenever you need them. If you need a server only for weekend, you can just buy those server and just use that for Saturday and Sunday and return that by on Monday. That means I'm just going to be paying for 2 days and using that services when I need. And if you have an event coming up, let's say you have a you have a Black Friday sale, you have a Christmas sale coming up, means during that time you expect there are going to be huge number of users gonna be requesting joining your your website, you're consuming that portal. At that point of time, you can actually request for more sources, because for that event you do need more resources, and that all is gonna be a part of a single pool from where you're gonna be requesting the resources on demand. Okay. All right, so hope this gives you some idea about the difference between the old traditional way of using these services and the new pool of resources in the cloud which you can go and consume. So as this flexibility is there, every organization want to move to cloud. Every organization does not want to invest their money buying new servers, setting up their own data centers, because there is a huge capital expenditure in that. So instead of that, we can actually simply go rent out those servers, use and return when we are done with it. So that particular trend in the market is actually creating a lot of job opportunities in the cloud area. Okay, so let's actually check it out that what kind of a job trends we do have in the market. So if you are a cloud engineer and do want to work in any of the domain, does not matter if you want to pursue your career in the storage side, database side, development side, management side, operations side, all those areas are going to be touched by the cloud. So means if you're going to be going and knowing the cloud technologies, that means you are ready for the next gen jobs. All right, looking at the job trends, you can see that all these job trends are upward. They keep on growing exponentially year on year. Okay, like they keep on growing, and the number of jobs which are created in the cloud industry is much higher than any other industry in any other domain. And if you look the people who are interested, the Google results shows that they are always on the up. How many people are searching for the web technology, for the AWS technologies, for the cloud technologies. All right, if we look at the some more data um, about the jobs, that what kind of jobs are getting created in the different part of the world here. So you can see these many job vacancies which are right now open, and if you can go and search it out that AWS jobs or AWS cloud jobs just on Google, you will be surprised with the kind of result you will get. There's going to be millions of results which are going to be returned back to you. And if we look at the salary bracket, the people who are trained on cloud, who are having a knowledge on cloud, they are always paid higher than the rest of the profiles. Okay, so if you have the skills to work on the cloud technologies, that means your average salary is going to be higher than the other people who are working in the standard environment. All right, now what exactly areas you can learn, grow, and prove or gain the certifications in? Amazon actually provides you a variety of certifications which you can gain to prove that you are expert and you know the technology in and out. So certification is actually a first step you can prove yourself, right? So that means people who have the certifications in their resume, they have a better chances of making it to the shortlisting and getting interviewed, right? You have a more chances of getting interviewed because certification proves that you are associated with this technology and you have actually proven your skills with the vendor. Okay, vendor has certified that yes, you do know the subject, you do know the technology. If we look at the different certification which are being offered by cloud provider, especially the Amazon cloud, it starts with the cloud practitioner. So this is the very first certification, and this is for the people who are new to the cloud technologies, who are not from the IT background. That means you have not worked on the cloud technologies. You don't know what is the public cloud, private cloud. You don't have the basic understanding of the cloud technologies. You can actually go and start with that. But if you are already a part of the IT industry, or if you hold any kind of a degree in the computer science or the BTech, that means you already know that basic concepts of the IT and the cloud. You can actually go with the level 1 certification, which is the associate level of certification here. Okay, so this is the level 1 certification, which is the associate level of certification, and the name of the certification is Solution Architect Certified. Okay, once you are certified at the associate level, you can actually move to promote to the professional level as well. Then if you have interested in the security or the networking, you can actually choose a specialty certifications as well. You can actually go and say, I would like to go and do the advanced networking or maybe the security certification, or maybe if you are from the database background or you're if interested to pursue your career in the machine learning or the big data. So this is the first step for you to move into the cloud. Once you have the basic knowledge, once you have all the information you need to grow into the cloud, this is where you can go and start your career with. Okay, so certification. let me go and move on to that where you can begin. So you can actually go and begin with the very first associate level of certification. An associate level of certification is actually a kind of very broad certification for you. That means it is going to be going and touching on a lot of different domains, a lot of different areas, and going to be exposing you and increasing your knowledge in all those areas. The first thing is it is going to be going and starting with the virtual machines. That means what virtual machines are and how to build the servers in the cloud. That is what the virtual machines are. Okay, how you can build the servers in the cloud, how you can build a Windows servers, how you can build a Linux servers in the cloud, how you can manage, maintain, run those servers. It's also going to be going and giving you experience knowledge on the storage. That means once you know servers, you need to have a storage to store your application. You need to have a storage options to keep your application, keep your database, keep your information on it. And servers and storage are not enough. You need to know the databases as well. Okay, you need to know about that. What are the different type of databases are there? How to configure and manage that in the Amazon cloud. Now you have the virtual machines, you have the storage, you have the databases. Now it's time to connect all of them together, because all these different services cannot work in silos. So we do need a networking services which are going to be helping us connect all these stuff together. So here you have the networking services as well. Okay. Now we are talking about the virtualization, we are talking about the cloud technologies. We are also having a one next generation technology that is known as serverless. That means we are actually moving away from the traditional server methodology. Means we are pretty much inclined toward moving to serverless environment. Serverless environment means there's going to be no server for you to manage. You simply need to provide the code to the vendor and let the vendor actually run that code for you. And you are only going to be going and paying for the time your code is running. And that is something you're going to be going and learning in this areas like application services and the Lambda. So Lambda service is actually an Amazon service, which is serverless service here. So these are the major services. Apart from that, you are going to be going and learning about the architecture design, that how to set up, plan and design the environment, how you can create a solution looking at the requirement given to you, what all different components are going to be going and fitting in together to create a solution. And then there is going to be a preparation for the certification as well. Okay, once you learn about all that different stuff, once you also going to be going and learning about the security stuff, also going to be learning that how you can scale your environment automatically, how you can create a high availability, so that if one server goes down, how the traffic is going to be forwarded to the other servers, how other servers will start providing the services. Okay, so that is a very diversified course. Okay, it's a very diversified course, and I'm sure this particular course is going to be adding a lot of value to your technical skills as well as to your cloud skills. Okay, even though you may not be do not want to pursue your career exclusively in the cloud, but it's going to be going and adding a lot of value to whatever the domain you're thinking of working in. Okay, so it's going to be kind of a long-term investment for you. It keep on paying you because you're going to be going and exposed on all these different verticals. All right, now what are the advantages of joining this course from the Magna Infotech? Okay, why to go and pursue or take this up with the Magna Infotech? So here are a few of the benefits. The trainings which are going to be going and joining, they all are instructor-led interactive. That means there's going to be an instructor with you in the real time. Okay, is going to be going and walking you through the entire curriculum, and the instructor is going to be actually showing you the demos and also going to be requesting you to follow along on those demos. All the sessions are going to be recorded for you, so that in case if you want to revisit, if you want to do the exercise again, you can actually go and follow the recording, and you will be able to do the exercise on your own once again. Okay, you can repeat that till the time you are more confident about it. So you will have a lifetime access to the course. That means at any point of time, whenever you join the organization, if you're working in a specific technology, let's say you are managing one of the database services and you want to recall all the database services, so means you will have a lifetime access. You will have a class recordings available. You can revisit any of the technologies and refer those concepts for you. So at Magna Infotech, we are gonna be exposing you onto multiple projects. That means the real-time projects, how it looks like in the industry. Not only learning all the different components, but how you make sure all those different components are gonna be going and working together. How they are gonna be going and talking to each other. Let me show you one of the projects example here we have for you. So this might look a little complex environment for you, okay, but it is actually created with the help of combining all different services which are available in the Amazon cloud. That means once I'm going to be going and learning and mastering all these different components, then I will also learn how to how to combine them together to create a complete solution. So in this, you will find that we'll have a servers, we'll have storage, we'll have network equipment, we have some application services all combined together to create a solution for us. Okay, that is how it is created. Okay, and if you are actually interested, in exploring more and want to join this course or have more queries around it, please note down the information which is given here on the screen. You can also explore our website, which is available online here. I'm just going to be going and opening that and sharing that here for you. So this is a place where you can actually go and enroll for the batch which suits you the best. Okay, I'm going to be going and requesting, I think, Anjali to share this link with all of you, or let's see if I'm able to provide this link to every one of you. Okay, I think I can share that. You can actually open that, go through it, and if at any point of time you need more information, feel free to connect with Anjali on this email ID, on this number. We'll be more than happy to help you out here. So please let me know if you have any question at this stage before I go and show you that how exactly cloud look like and how easy it is to work with the cloud. I'm actually going to be going and showing you a very quick small demo on the AWS cloud, and I'm going to be walking you through that within a few clicks how you can actually go and start building your server anywhere in the world. Okay, let me see if we have any question here so far. Alright, keep typing your question if you have in case. In the meantime, I'm going to be going and taking you to the Amazon console, and I'm going to be showing you that how easy it is to work with the cloud technologies. Alright, so here I am, and I'm going to be going and logging on to my AWS account here. So this is a public cloud. That means it is open to the public. Anyone can go and create an account. Okay, anyone can go and create the account and start exploring these services over here. Alright, I have my account. I'm going to be going and logging in here. As soon as you log in, you are going to be going and hitting the management console. So what this management console is? Management console is a place where you will be able to see all different services being offered by Amazon. So if you see, if I scroll this page down, you will find we do have a compute services, we do have a storage services, we have a database services which are available here. Okay, and there are more than one. There are multiple services in each of these category, and list is very exhaustive. Okay, this is very exhaustive. You'll find there are services for the analytics, there are services for the migration, for the networking, for developers, for all these different areas. So do you need to learn all these services as a part of this certification? The answer is no. You only need to learn the selected services for the level 1 certification. Okay. Now, Amazon is having a global presence. Okay. Amazon is having a global presence. That means Amazon is having their data centers worldwide. And you can actually go and choose that which data center you want to work with. I can simply go and click here on the upper right hand side corner, and you will see a long list of all different data centers worldwide. It says, do you want to work in California? Do you want to work in Mumbai, Singapore, Tokyo, somewhere in Europe, London, Paris? So you can go and choose from this list that way you want to work. So let's say I choose that I would like to go and work in Germany. Okay, I want to create some servers in Germany because I'm gonna be setting up my my resources for Germany. I'm expanding my operations. I'm expanding my company's reach, and we are starting operations in Germany. So I've selected that I want to work in Germany. So my selection is gonna be showing up as a Frankfurt here on top. That means anything which I'm gonna be doing now, everything is gonna be done in Frankfurt data center for AWS. And if I want to build a new server here in Frankfurt, if I want to create a new server here in Germany, I simply gonna be going over to EC2, and EC2 is a virtual machine in the cloud. It's gonna be giving me that what do you want to do here in Germany? What kind of server you want to create? I'm gonna say I want to create a new server here, and it's gonna be asking me some questions. That what type of operating system you want to install. Do you want to install Linux or do you wish to install Windows? Okay, you can choose all these different options which are given to you. Once you select the type of operating system you need, it's also gonna ask you the type of server you want, the type of hardware you need. You need a small server, you need a medium server, or you really need a big, large server for you. Because the requirement for each application, the requirement for each environment is going to be different. Okay, it may be possible that for some of these services you may need a medium server, but in some databases, in some services, you might want to request for a large server. So here's a long list of different models. Okay, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm okay with using the default server here. Then I'm going to be going and providing some networking settings. It's going to ask me what type of hard disk you want to use for this server. By default, it's choosing a 30 GB. So that means this server is going to have a 30 GB of a disk space associated with it. So I'm going to go and say, okay, fine, that's okay. I'll go and use all the default settings and say, go and create this server. Okay. I'm going to go and say I want to create a new server, and for logging in purpose, I'm going to say my German key. I'm going to go and create a one password key here, which I'm going to be going and using when I need to connect to server and server is launching. So as soon as I say I want to create the server, it's going to go and show me that okay, your server is getting ready. And you can see the server is right now in the pending state. Right, it's showing as a pending state. That means my server is right now being built in the Amazon data center in Germany. So it's so easy for an organization to work like that. I need not to open my data center in Germany. I need not to buy a new server in Germany. If I need to use a server, I simply go and request the server on demand, and the server is up and running right now in front of me. You see the status has changed to running. So this means server is up and running here, and I can go and connect to the server. I can go and start consuming services from this server. So it's literally that easy to go and start working with the servers. Similarly, if you are interested in once you're done using it, you say, okay, I don't need this server anymore. I have used this server. I want to use this server only for 1 day or 1 week, and I'm done using it. You can simply go and say action, I want to go and terminate this server. I want to delete this server. That means I don't require this server, and if I'm not using it, I will not pay anything for the server. That means if you see, I just used this server only for 2 minutes. So if I'm going to be using only for few minutes, I will only pay for few minutes. That's it. Once I delete the server, once I terminate the server, I do not have any kind of liability. I do not have any kind of charges to pay. So that is the real power of the cloud. That is the real advantage of the cloud. That is why everyone want to take an advantage of using cloud services. That is why everyone want to move to the cloud to take this flexibility to use these services on demand way. In the same way, you are going to be going and looking at some other services as well. So here we have the database services as well. If you want to use any of the databases, it's going to be really few clicks away to set up a database server for you. Okay. For example, if you say you want to create a database, it's going to go and ask you that what type of database you want to create. So here are the different type of database engines which are available. It says, do you want to run Oracle? Do you want to run Microsoft SQL? Or do you want to run some open source databases like MySQL, MariaDB, or PostgreSQL? What you're interested in. Once you select that, say I want to run a MySQL, you just need to supply some of the parameters here. Okay. Say I want to just do that in a very easy way, and it's just gonna be asking you some basic questions, and you're done. And say go ahead and create this database. That's it, and your database is created over here. Start creating your database here. So once my database is gonna be up and running here in Germany, I can actually connect my server and start utilizing this database. I'll be able to retrieve the credentials from this database as well. So you have actually all these different advantages of running different services within few clicks, and within no time you can actually build a really huge and big infrastructure with no time. You really don't have any kind of a wait time to procure, to build, to run any kind of services here in cloud. Means within few minutes, once you decide that what you need, you can go live in any of the part of the world. Okay, in any part of the world. And managing these sources are again going to be very, very easy, because you will have just one single console, one single dashboard where you can go and manage all these different services. So hope this makes sense, guys. Hope it is very easy, it is very interactive, it's very good to use. Okay, now the whole idea is that how we can make it more secure, how we can configure it and do the right sizing for our environment, how we can make sure that server actually going to be going and talking to the database, how we can integrate the other different services at the back end so that everything ties together, everything connects together. Right? That is what this course is all about, and I'm sure it's gonna be really fun for you to go and learn it. The last small demo which I'm gonna be going and showing you is how easy to use these storage services here. So if I'm gonna be going to the storage, and if I say I want to use a S3 storage service, which is an object storage. Object storage means I can create a storage space here online, and I can actually go and start consuming it. So I say I want to create a new bucket here, and I'm gonna say the bucket name is gonna be Magna Info Tech, and I want to create that bucket here in Germany, and I'm simply gonna go and say create. So this bucket is gonna be like a like a hard disk for me, which I'm creating here in the cloud. And I can actually go and start dumping all my data here in the cloud. I can say I want to go and upload my file. I want to upload my data here. I can select a file here and say, okay, let me go and upload one of the file here. All right, let me upload this file and say upload. And I can start storing all my data. So if you notice, when I created this storage, it did not ask me that how big storage I need. Do I need a 1 GB? Do I need a 1 terabyte? Do I need a 100 terabyte? What kind of space I'm looking for? Okay, it does not ask you that question. It's actually unlimited space for you, and I can actually make this particular object as a public one, and actually I can share this picture with anyone in the world. Does not matter which part of the country you are, which part of the world you are, you will be able to go and use this services. I can make it public here. I can say anyone having a link to this file will be able to consume this service, use this file. Okay, it's going to be literally 2 clicks away, and it's going to be okay, make public, and I'm done. If I click on this link, it has automatically generated a link for me, which I can actually go and use anywhere in the world. And you can see this. I'm able to open this file here, right? If I share this link with you, you can also open this file from wherever you are wherever you are. So hope this link is going to work for you. So as you can see, it's really literally that easy to use the cloud services. All right. So for this today's demo, that's I think all I want to share with you. So I have shared with you virtual machines, databases, and storage part of it. Okay. So once you're going to be going and expanding your knowledge on these areas, you're going to be going and getting ready for the certification part. All right, so I think we have a last 10 minutes left here, and now we are going to be going and opening up for the questions. Do let me know if you want to know anything here. Do let me know if the links work for you, which I shared in the chat box with you. Do let me know if you have any questions here so far. Okay. If you're finding it difficult to type your question here, if you want to use a microphone, please let us know. We'll be able to provide you a microphone so that you can actually ask your questions. All right, we have a question here that can we host a website? Absolutely. Okay. Hi Shafi, thank you so much for asking this question. Yep, we can actually host the website, and the website can be hosted in 2 different ways. Okay, one, you can actually go for a serverless website, or second, you can actually go and create your Linux Apache server as well. Okay, so there are multiple ways you can actually go and host your website here. So if I go and show this to you on this serverless way, let me take you back here on the AWS console. Okay, so here I am on the console, and I'm actually going to be going and showing you how I can host a website in a serverless way. I'm going to be going to this bucket level, and I'm going to be using one of the property here saying create a static website hosting. I'm going to say enable this one, and I want to create an index.html file for creating my website here, and saving this one. Now I need to create my small website page. Okay, so to create a small website page here, I'm going to be going and saying, let's say it's going to be HTML, and let's say it's going to be heading 1. All right, and let's say welcome to Magna Infotech. Okay, Okay. All right, that's it. It's a very simple small page here, and I'm gonna go and save this file as an index.html, and then I'm gonna be going and uploading it here on this bucket to create it. All right, let me save this as an index.html file, and I'm gonna go and keep this file here in the bucket which we have created. And now let's make it public so anyone can go and read this one. Okay, and we are done here. Okay, so if you go and check it out, the endpoint for our website, so this is the website name. We can actually change this one once we buy our own domain name. So this is how the website is set up here within a few minutes. Okay, you just need to buy a domain name and just replace this name with your own custom website name. If I'm going to be going and buying that mywebsite.com, so I'll change this to mywebsite.com, and this is how the page is going to open up here, or whatever the code I'm going to go and run. All right, so hope this makes sense. Hope you find it is easy. Shafi, I think it was you asked. Okay. Very, very nice. Thank you. So the next question we do have is from Arnab. You're most welcome. Most welcome, and thanks for the question. So next question is from Arnab. Arnab saying that do we have the certification fee as well as included in this course? So I'll request Anjali to clarify it. So the course fee which you see here, it's only, I believe, only for the course, not for the certification. This is only for the training. Certification fee is something you need to pay directly to the Amazon. That's what my understanding is. Is that correct, Anjali?
Yes. Am I audible to you, Gurpreet?
Yep, you are.
Yes. So yes, Arnab, I have replied to your question, and yes, the training fees is to MICS, and the certification cost is different, which you have to pay to Amazon directly. So these are the two different charges, and here we will talk more about the training training charges will be different for you. So don't worry, we are going to arrange anyway a call back for you, wherein we'll be able to make you understand how exactly MICS works and how it is going to help you in the proper certification to AWS. So that is being told to Anup. So Anup, if there is any question from your end, you can directly drop it here in the chat box, and we'll again get back to you. Thank you. So over to you, Gurpreet.
All right. Any more questions here?
So anybody who is interested to ask any question to Gurpreet, please drop it here in the chat box, and we'll definitely try to solve this. Yes, Shafi, I'm getting your messages, and sure, definitely. If you're interested, then definitely we are going to arrange a call back for you as well, wherein you'll be able to understand more about this training and about how the live training works here, how the certification will work. So definitely we are going to speak to you post this webinar. So there is another question coming from Ronak. So Gurpreet, I would like to, you to answer this.
Yep, sure. Thanks, Anjali. So here we have that why AWS over Azure, though AWS is max, market is max. What else is the ease of AWS? Okay, so the question is more around that why to choose Amazon over the other vendors. The one thing is the Amazon actually started very early, and they do have a very good presence worldwide. Okay, they do have a kind of a data centers almost in every part of the world, and their services are actually very mature because they have been developing and working on all these different services. So you will see that their services are actually much more mature than the other providers. And the third and the most important thing is, if I'm going to be going and using Microsoft Azure Cloud, so you will find that Microsoft Azure Cloud is more inclined toward the Windows technologies. whereas Amazon actually gives you a kind of a open source platform. That means you have a more variety of choices to make, and you can stay vendor neutral. You don't have to go and bind yourself to one single vendor's technology. So Amazon does not have any soft corner for any specific operating system or any specific technologies. You will get a lot of different variety of services from the open source world, which are much more cheaper and much more license friendly, and gives much more flexibility to the developers and the architect community. So I think that is a one of the biggest reason for choosing the Amazon's environment. So hope this makes sense.
Yeah, so Ronak, I hope whatever you asked, that is clear. Gurpreet tried to answer. So any more
All
questions
right,
coming
you're
up, please
welcome, Ronak.
type. Yeah,
I think we
please
have one
type.
more question. A person who does not have a technical background, will this be a course in the certification helpful? Networking and security. So I think the person who does not have a technical background, now it's going to be a little difficult for the person to digest all these advanced topics. So the good, a good place to start is to start with some of the basic course, and then take this as a next step for you. Okay, otherwise you will gonna be struggling a lot of different small basic fundamentals to enter in this. Okay, so just take up any of the 1 month course on the basic fundamentals, maybe a Windows administration, maybe a Linux administration. Take any kind of a basic administration course, learn fundamentals on how exactly things works, and then move on to these advanced courses. Okay, that's gonna be my view on this. Yep, you're most welcome. Most welcome. All right, continue to type your questions here. We are going to be here for another 5 minutes. I know we are toward the end of the time here. Okay, so I hope you find the time spent here is invested well to be aware on the cloud technologies and what are the different paths and options available to you. All right, I think we are toward the end of this seminar program. Okay, you do have a email IDs, phone number in front of here. Okay, and feel free to post your questions, call up on these numbers whenever you need it. We are here for another couple of minutes. In case if you have any other query you want to ask, feel free to type it here. Else, I think we are grateful and thankful to you for investing your time here with us. Anjali, you want to provide the closing remarks?
Yes, thank you so much, Gurpreet, for your valuable time, and thank you everyone out here for joining with us. So we will receive a feedback survey. Please share your insights on today's session with us, as it will greatly help shape our futures event we conduct such as this. We'll surely come up with some new webinar in the coming week. We will also send you a link to the recording of this event, as Arnab asked for the recording particularly. So we'll share that link, the recording, and we'll try to upload it on our website and different social sites as well. So on behalf of Magna Infotech Career Services, I would like to thank everybody out here who joined today with us. We hope you found this information valuable in enhancing your understanding on cloud computing. If you're interested to know more on this topic or any other topics related to cloud computing, we have our website portal, which I'm going to share right now again in the chat box, which is mics.magna.in. So that is the website where you will find all the information about our courses, about the features that we have, what kind of trainings we provide, and how it is going to be helpful for all the IT professionals out there. So that is all about Magna, and thank you so much, Gurpreet, for giving all the valuable information and ideas about AWS. I hope this was helpful for all the joiners, and we are going to see you soon again with some interesting topics and interesting information. Yeah, so Gurpreet, can you hear me?
Yep, Anjali. So thank you, everyone. So a pleasure
Yes.
discussing this with you.
Yes.
Hope to meet you soon.
Yes, definitely. So I'm just sharing our website link here, and for any further information, for any query, guys, you can directly drop us mail at mics.magna.in, and we'll definitely try to get back to you with all the possible information, and we would definitely like to share all the information about the upcoming events also. Thank you, everyone. I hope we are done with this webinar, and any questions coming up from anybody out there, so you can type it here in the chat box, and we'll try to close this session for the day.
Okay, I think no more questions here. So I think thank you everyone for giving this opportunity to us. We'll talk to you over the email or phone. Okay, feel free to reach out to us on the contact given to your screen. Thanks everyone, and enjoy your rest of the weekend.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gurpreet.